Good morning, students. This is the fifth video of the chapter Nationalism in Europe. So far, we discussed that how nationalism got promotion in Europe. We came to understand that how Napoleon War created a new scene in Europe and how through the Vienna Congress situation changed in Europe. We came to understand that the entire European globe changed after the Vienna Congress and all the territories that was under the command of Napoleon was redistributed. Again, there was the emergence of monarchy in European countries. But most of the groups, those were present at that time, they were not happy with the re-emergence of monarchy. That is why the new group came into existence, and that was none other than liberals or revolutionary. So we have to understand that the revolutionary group came and their solo motto was to remove the monarchy. And in this race, liberals group came forward. Liberals were nothing but the middle class, and they were in fact participating in the race against ending up monarchy. So we need to understand here that how the period of 1848 was a remarkable one, and after that what was the impact. So far we discussed that the impact of 1848 was very deep in European countries. It was the period of revolutionaries, and through this period all the revolutionary tried their best performance. They shown their best performance to remove or end the monarchy from the European countries. In the same way or in the same wave, we need to understand the liberals group came forward. Liberals were the middle class, and their intention was also to remove or to end the monarchy. So we are going to discuss here the role of the liberals. So we need to understand here. First of all, we have to understand what was the liberal ideas. It was not just simply nationalism that was prominent in the 1800s. Liberalism was very important at that time. I mean to say liberalism, like nationalism, was an ideology, and it believes that ordinary people deserve more of a say in their lives, not just to be dominated by a monarch. It gave liberty, it gave freedom to an individual to raise their voice against monarchy. So this is how the liberal ideas got promotion in Europe. So basically liberalism was a complete set of new ideas that was seeking freedom in the monarchy based countries. Now we need to understand the most important thing that we are going to discuss in this video is about the Frankfurt Parliament. So what was in the Frankfurt Parliament? We need to understand here. The Parliament agreed to plan or to create a unified or united Germany. We need to understand that liberals came forward and they wanted to create a new united Germany. And it was not very clear that who will be the next king of Germany. So the King Frederick William IV of the Prussia, he was given option to become the king, but he refused to do so. So we will discuss this story later on. But let us discuss again the period of 1848, and it was a period of revolution. As we discussed that this period was very important, this period was very prominent in the history of Europe. Why? Because here in this particular period protest was going on, demand was very high regarding the political reforms, and people wanted to remove the monarchy from the country. All German states were then invited to attend a meeting in Frankfurt. We already discussed the Frankfurt meeting, so here we need to understand that all the German states, here we are discussing 39 German states, and all the German states, those who were already present, I mean to say 39 German states, they were asked to attend the meeting in Frankfurt that was to be held in March 1848. And we already discussed that because of that Frankfurt Parliament was convened. Now, what was the arguments against? Until 1850, political and philosophical ideas were still largely discussed among the middle and upper classes. We need to understand here that the idea to unify Germany or idea to call the meeting of Frankfurt Parliament was called by middle and upper class. And before convening the meeting, the matter was discussed. The working class wanted social reforms and the middle class wanted political reforms. So we need to understand reforms was required, and that is why they discussed a lot about the reforms. And reforms was of two types. One was social reforms that was demanded by the working class, whereas the middle class demanded political reforms. Now, we need to understand on one side, the revolutionaries, the liberals were demanding to end the monarchy. They were demanding for political reforms. On the other hand, many rich Germans like Prussian Junkers, basically they were landlords, opposed the idea of liberalism because they were fearful that they would lose their power. Liberals' advances were often reversed, such as press freedom in Prussia. We need to understand that whatever was demanded by liberals, it was completely rejected by the rich Germans or autocrats. Now we need to understand the Frankfurt Parliament, it was the first effort of the middle class or the liberal class to form a nation, that was a German nation, but it could not become successful. Over the time, it was disbanded. So what was the reason why the Frankfurt Parliament could not become successful? Or in other words, why the effort to construct a new nation, a new German state by the liberal class or by the middle class could not become successful? What were its limitations? Where was the problem? So let us discuss one by one what was the problem. We need to understand the Frankfurt Parliament that was formed. It was not in touch with the working class as it was comprised mostly of well-educated middle class men. So we need to understand one thing was lacking here, participation of working class, because it was mainly dominated by the middle class and the upper class, little bit upper class, mostly were middle class. And of course, many German workers began to lose their faith in the Frankfurt Parliament because they were not getting their representation there. Another feature, important limitation, and not feature, another limitation of the parliament was that without the discipline imposed by the government, it effectively became a talking shop, unable to reach decisions. As we discussed that here no discipline was there because here government was not there. It was mainly based by middle class. So that was the main limitation. Third limitation is also mentioned, need to be mentioned, that here women were not invited to participate in the Frankfurt Parliament. They were just mute spectator. They were allowed there as a mute spectator, not as a participant. So these were the limitations. Because of that, the Parliament, Frankfurt Parliament, could not work and it ultimately disbanded. So this is all about in this video. Thank you so much.